AMD Ryzen 5 7600 by 3D 3DV Cache CPU launches in China, availability on 20th September. AMD's Ryzen 5 7600 by 3D 3DV Cache CPU is now listed for official availability in China, expanding it to markets beyond NA and EU. AMD Ryzen 5 7600 by 3D 3DV Cache CPU to launch at 2,199 RMB in China next week. AMD's recently launched Ryzen 5 7600 by 3D 3DV Cache CPU will now be more abundant in various regions. After being available at certain retailers in the US and EU, the processor will start selling in China at JD.com, making its first presence in the Asian market. With its availability becoming better, we may find it in other parts of the world soon. The AMD Ryzen 5 7600 by 3D 3DV Cache CPU is priced at 2,199, which translates to around $310. The Ryzen 5 7600 by 3D launch price was $299. So the market price in China is around the same range plus a bit more due to exchange rates and taxes. The product page is currently live at JD.com with full specs and a description of the processor. At the moment, users cannot buy the CPU as it will start selling from the 20th of September. AMD marketed it as an ideal CPU for playing Black Myth, Wukong game, which recently broke the highest Steam concurrent players record among all the single-player games. We recently saw its performance against the top gaming chips like higher-end Ryzen 7000 by 3D chips and Intel Raptor Lake, refresh CPUs and found that the CPU is even faster than the 7900 by 3D and 9700X in gaming. Meanwhile, its productivity performance is lacking due to its slower clock speeds. AMD Ryzen 7600 by 3D 3DV Cache CPU features the same 6-core/12 thread count as the 7600X, but it has 64 MB more L3 cache, totaling 96 MB. Due to an unusual stacking of 3DV cache, the processor features 4.1 GHz base and 4.7 GHz boost clocks, which are lower than its non-X3D counterpart. Nonetheless, the 7600 by 3D is aimed at gaming workloads on a budget, and its increasing availability is a good sign. AMD Ryzen 5 7600 by 3D was launched on 30th August and was supposed to be Microcenter exclusive, but the processor soon gained a better market presence this month with its availability in Germany, specifically on the Mind Factory retail website. It's based on the Zen 4 architecture and uses TSMC's 5nm FinFET process node to remain power efficient, consuming a max TDP of 65 watts. In gaming tests, the CPU mostly remains around 50 watts in gaming, and even at full load, it hardly goes above 60 watts.